Welcome to the show, everybody. Today we're diving deep into the wild world of sports, man. We're talking about those moments, those holy shit moments that made you question everything you thought you knew. We're talking about the plays, the fights, the scandals, the moments that made you jump off the couch and scream, "Did that just happen?" From unbelievable plays to shocking incidents, we've got it all covered. So buckle up, grab your favorite beverage, and get ready for some mind-blowing tales from the world of sports. This is our countdown of the top 10 WTF moments in sports history. Alright, let's kick things off with a classic, the butt fumble. It's Thanksgiving night 2012, the Jets are playing the Patriots. Mark Sanchez, the Jets quarterback, he's got the ball, right, and he's running with it. Now, what you'd expect is for him to, try to make a play, maybe throw the ball away, but no. Sanchez, he runs headfirst into the backside of his own lineman. I mean, come on, how do you even do that? It's like he wasn't even looking where he was going. The ball pops loose, the Patriots recover, and Sanchez becomes a national laughingstock. It was brutal, man. Just a complete and utter meltdown. The butt fumble is one of those plays that you see once, and you can't unsee. It's forever etched in the annals of WTF sports history. And you know what's crazy? Sanchez, he actually said later that he thought he was in the end zone when he ran into his lineman. The end zone! The dude was so disoriented, so out of it, that he didn't even know where he was on the field. That's how bad the butt fumble was. Next up, we're heading to the basketball court for a night that will live in infamy, the malice at the palace. Picture this. It's 2004, the Indiana Pacers are playing the Detroit Pistons. The game's getting heated, tempers are flaring, and then all hell breaks loose. It starts with a hard foul, then a shoving match, and the next thing you know, players are throwing punches at each other. But here's where it gets really crazy. A fan throws a drink at Ron Artest, who was playing for the Pacers at the time. Now, I'm not condoning violence, but you gotta know that when you throw something at a professional athlete, things are gonna get messy. Artest charges into the stands, and that's when the brawl spills over into the crowd. It was chaos, man. Players are fighting fans are fighting players. It was a full-blown riot. The malice at the palace was a dark day for the NBA. It led to suspensions, lawsuits, and a whole lot of soul-searching about the relationship between players and fans. Now let's talk about a moment of pure, unadulterated rage. The 2006 World Cup final, France versus Italy. The stakes couldn't be higher. And in the middle of it all, you've got Zinedine Zidane, one of the greatest footballers of all time. Zidane is playing his last game ever, and he's on fire. He scores a goal early on and France is looking good. But then, in extra time, it happens. Zidane and Italian defender Marco Materazzi are walking down the pitch exchanging words. Suddenly, Zidane stops, turns around and headbutts Materazzi square in the chest. It was brutal, man. Materazzi goes down like a ton of bricks, and Zidane is shown a red card. The whole world is stunned. Why would Zidane do such a thing? It turns out that Materazzi had allegedly insulted Zidane's sister, and the French captain just snapped. France went on to lose the World Cup on penalties, and Zidane's headbutt became one of the most iconic moments in sports history. Let's rewind to 1986, the World Cup in Mexico. It's the quarterfinal match between Argentina and England. The tension is palpable. These two countries have a history, politically and on the field. The game is tied 0-0 in the second half when Diego Maradona, the Argentine magician, makes his move. He receives a pass in the penalty area, jumps up for a header, and... wait a minute, did he just punch the ball into the goal? That's exactly what he did, man. Maradona used his left hand to knock the ball past the English goalkeeper. The referee didn't see it, the goal stood, and Argentina went on to win the game and the World Cup. After the match, Maradona famously claimed that the goal was scored a little with the head of Maradona, and a little with the hand of God. And that's how it became known, the hand of God. It was a blatant handball, no doubt about it. But it was also a stroke of genius, a moment of pure cunning that cemented Maradona's status as a legend. Now let's delve into one of the darkest chapters in sports history, the Black Sox scandal. It's 1919, and the Chicago White Sox are facing the Cincinnati Reds in the World Series. The White Sox were heavily favored to win, but something was off. The team was playing poorly, and rumors began to swirl that some of the players were intentionally throwing the games. And guess what? The rumors were true. 8 White Sox players were accused of conspiring with gamblers to lose the World Series in exchange for money. It was a massive scandal that rocked the baseball world to its core. The players involved, including Shoeless Joe Jackson, one of the game's biggest stars, were banned from baseball for life. The Black Sox scandal remains a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and corruption in sports. Next up, we're stepping back in time to 1973 for a tennis match that transcended sports, the battle of the sexes. On one side of the net, you had Billie Jean King, a fierce advocate for women's rights and one of the greatest female tennis players of all time. On the other side, you had Bobby Riggs, a former Wimbledon champion and a notorious self-proclaimed male chauvinist. Riggs had been boasting that he could beat any woman on the planet, and King decided to take him up on his challenge. The match was a media sensation, drawing a huge television audience. King, dressed in a pink and blue outfit, took the court against Riggs, who was wheeled in on a rickshaw carried by women dressed as Bobby's bosom buddies. It was a spectacle, man, a true clash of cultures. But when the match started, it was all business. King dominated Riggs, beating him in straight sets in front of a roaring crowd. The battle of the sexes was more than just a tennis match. It was a pivotal moment in the fight for gender equality, a symbolic victory for women everywhere. Let's talk about a moment that united a nation. The miracle on ice. It's 1980, the Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, New York. The Cold War is at its peak, and the U.S. men's hockey team is facing off against the seemingly invincible Soviet Union. The Soviets were the undisputed kings of hockey at the time, having won the gold medal in 6 of the previous 7 Olympics. The U.S. team, on the other hand, was made up of amateur and collegiate players. Nobody gave the Americans a chance. But something magical happened that night. The U.S. team, led by coach Herb Brooks, played with an unmatched intensity and passion. They skated their hearts out, scoring 2 goals in the final period to secure a stunning 4-3 victory over the Soviets. The miracle on ice is considered one of the greatest upsets in sports history, a testament to the power of teamwork, determination, and a little bit of good old-fashioned American grit. Alright, let's dive into one of the most controversial calls in NFL history, the Tuck Rule game. It's the 2001 AFC Divisional Playoff game between the New England Patriots and the Oakland Raiders. The snow is falling in Foxborough, the Patriots are trailing late in the fourth quarter, and Tom Brady, in his first year as a starter, is trying to lead his team to victory. But then, disaster strikes. Brady drops back to pass, gets hit as he's throwing, and the ball pops loose. The Raiders recover, and it looks like the game is over. But wait. The referees rule that Brady was tucking the ball back into his body when he was hit, which means incomplete pass. The tuck rule was this obscure NFL rule that nobody really understood, but it saved the Patriots' season. They went on to win the game in overtime and eventually the Super Bowl. The tuck rule game was a turning point in NFL history, marking the beginning of the Patriots' dynasty and sparking endless debates about the rule itself. Get ready for a story that's not for the squeamish. Mike Tyson biting Evander Holyfield's ear. It's 1997, the heavyweight championship fight, Tyson versus Holyfield 2. The rematch everyone had been waiting for. The fight is intense, brutal, with both fighters giving it their all. But then, in the third round, something shocking happens. Tyson, in a moment of frustration, bites Holyfield on the ear. Not once, but twice. He tears off a piece of Holyfield's ear, and the crowd goes wild. The ref, Richard Steele, is stunned. Holyfield is bleeding, the fight is stopped momentarily, and Tyson is penalized 2 points. They resume fighting, but Tyson's done it again. Another bite, another stoppage. This time it's over. Tyson is disqualified, Holyfield wins by TKO, and the boxing world is left in disbelief. Finally, let's talk about a game that was so bizarre, it's almost hard to believe it actually happened. The Fog Bowl. It's 1988, the NFC Divisional Playoff game between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. The game is being played in Chicago, and as the game progresses, a thick fog descends upon Soldier Field. I'm talking pea soup thick, man. You can barely see 10 feet in front of you. The players can't see, the coaches can't see, the fans in the stands can't see, and the TV cameras are struggling to pick up the action. It's complete chaos. But they kept playing. Can you believe that? They played an entire NFL playoff game in near zero visibility. The Bears ended up winning the game, but nobody really remembers who won or lost. The Fog Bowl is remembered as one of the weirdest, most surreal games in NFL history. Alright folks, there you have it, the top 10 WTF moments in sports history. We've seen it all, crazy plays, epic meltdowns, moments of brilliance, and some seriously questionable decisions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing sports content. Let us know in the comments which WTF moment shocked you the most, and tell us about any other crazy sports moments you think should have made the list. Until next time, keep your heads up, your guards up, and watch out for flying elbows.